Hello everybody, it's already the second half of 2024 and in today's video what I'm doing is the semi-annual Northern Arizona market update report, and I am going to take data from the first half of 2024 and I'm going to compare it to the first half of 2023 in 5 of the Northern Arizona markets. Actually 4 of the Northern Arizona markets. I'm going to do one down in the Valley of the Sun for comparison's sake, and some people are saying we're experiencing or we're about to experiencing a decline in real estate sales. So we're just going to look in Arizona and see if that's happening here, see if we can identify any trends. And I'm going to look at Sedona, Cottonwood, Flagstaff, Prescott. I'm trying to be sensitive to all those people that get really upset when I say Prescott. So we're going to look in Prescott and also in Chandler, and we're going to see if we can identify any trends. We're going to look at the average sales price and the number of units sold and see what's going on in the Northern Arizona real estate market. My name's Dawn Dickinson. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona. I am a real estate agent in Northern Arizona. I sell real estate mostly in Sedona, Verde Valley, Flagstaff area, Prescott, and sometimes in Phoenix. If you ever have a question about real estate, give me a call, text, email, and I will get back to you. But let's get right into the data. What I'm first going to do is go show you these charts that I put together. Now, I subscribe to 4 local MLS services, and that would be the Sedona Verde Valley Associations of Realtors, Northern Arizona, which is mostly Flagstaff, Prescott Area Association of Realtors, and of course the Phoenix area. And I'm pulling data from these 4 MLS services, plus I'm doing some other data later in the video where there's a source called Altos that puts together a market index indicator to see if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market for each of those areas that we talked about today. But let me first go into the chart that is going to compare residential sales in units for homes, and I'm looking, this chart is actually going to contain single family homes, condos, everything. So we're going to start out by looking in Sedona, and we're going to compare year-to-date data in Sedona for 2023. So in 2023, as of the first half, which is, the beginning of January to the end of June, we sold 272 units, 272 homes in 2023. And at the same time this year, 267 homes in Sedona. So we have sold more homes this year, the first half of this year, than we did last year. Now, if I'm going to go to Cottonwood year-to-date in 2023, 178 homes, 2024, 185 homes. So we're selling more homes in the Sedona Verde Valley area than we did last year. Now let's jump over to Flagstaff. Flagstaff sold 490 units last year at this time, and 517 units first half of this year. So again, we're seeing an increase in sales volume when it comes to units. Now let's go over to Prescott. Prescott year-to-date last year was 680 units, and this year 657. So Prescott actually had a slight dip in the number of units sold, and then similar in Chandler. Chandler, of course, part of the Valley of the Sun, a suburb of Phoenix, 1,553 units sold in Chandler first half of 23 versus 1,444 units sold in the first half in 2024. So Chandler experienced a dip in unit sales, but now let's look at the average sales price. Okay, so now let's go over and look at sales in dollars, but I'm not going to do the aggregated dollar amount for all those units sold for each market because that's really not very indicative of what's going on. I'm going to show you the average sales price. So if we look in Sedona, the average sales price of the units sold the first half of 2023 was $1.04 million, and the first half of 2024 was $1.13 million. So sales price going up in Sedona. Let's check out Cottonwood. Cottonwood, average sales price, $382,000 for a home in first half of last year versus $396,000 average sales price this year. So again, when I sometimes quote you medium home value or average home value, and I'm looking in these markets, it might be a little bit higher because when I'm doing that, it's only single family homes, and here this is all the homes that could be a mobile home or a condo. So let's go over to Flagstaff year-to-date sales price, average sales price. Last year was about $756,000, and this year $771,000. So you could see prices still continuing to go up in Flagstaff, and same thing in Prescott. Now you noticed that Prescott had a decline in the units sold, but the dollar price has gone up. It went from the average sales price of $613,000 to $701,000 first half of this year. And finally, now we're going to Chandler. Chandler also had a decrease in unit sales between last year and this year, but price went up. So average sales price $566,000 in Chandler, and this year $605,000 average sales price in Chandler. Wow, that seems crazy, but that's what's going on. So I am not seeing a crash in Arizona at this point. Now, I'm not going to be able to predict what's going to happen next year or the year after, but I am seeing some people saying markets are having drastic price drops. I'm not seeing it. Okay, so now let's just look at the percent change over those same time periods. So I'm going to start in Sedona. So even though we had a strong sales year, we had a 2% decline in unit sales from this year to last year. And the dollar amount, though, went up 9%. So slight decline in units, but an increase in the dollar volume of the average sales price. Again, in Cottonwood, we had an increase in units of about 4%, but increase in the sales price was only 4% also. So Cottonwood just going up a teeny bit. Let's go to Flagstaff. Increase in units sold of 6%, increase in dollar volume of 2%, and then going over to Prescott, a slight decrease in unit sales, only 3% down unit sales this half of the 2024 versus 2023, but the dollar amount Prescott went up 14%. So, and let's go to Chandler. Chandler actually had a negative 7% down in unit sales from last year, but the price went up 7%. So even though we're maybe seeing less units sold, they are still being sold at a pretty hefty price tag. So what I want to do next is I'm going to move over to another data source, and I'm going to give you a couple of different pieces of information for those same cities. So this data source is Altos. They're kind of a market research organization, and the things I want to talk to you about are the median list price. So we were just talking about average price. Now we're going to go median price, but these are list prices, not sold prices in these 5 markets. I want to give you the price per square foot and the median rent in these cities and the market action index. Now, we've talked about market action index before, but what it is anything 30 and below indicates it's a buyer's market. Anything 30 and above indicates it's a seller's market. So we're going to start in Sedona because that's where I live. The median list price in Sedona right now is $1.28 million. The price per square foot is $539 a square foot for most of the homes sold here in Sedona. The median rent price is $3,000, and the market action index in Sedona right now is 33. So that indicates that we're somewhat balanced in Sedona, but it is a slight seller's market here in Sedona. So if you're thinking about lowballing some of these places, yeah, it's probably not going to fly, unless of course the house is overpriced. So I'm not going to talk about that today. So we're going to move over to Cottonwood and see that the median list price in Cottonwood, of course, mid-year 2024 is $597,000. The price per square foot over 300 at $303 per square foot. The median rent in Cottonwood about $1,900 a month, and the market action index is 37. So that indicates that it is slight seller's market in Cottonwood, Arizona. So let's move over to Flagstaff now. Flagstaff has a median list price of about $899,000, and the price per square foot is about $393 per square foot. Median rent in Flagstaff, again, about $3,000 per month. Now realize Flagstaff is a college town, so you do have a lot of demand for rentals in Flagstaff, and the market action index is at 37, indicating that Flagstaff, again, still a slight seller's market. Now let's move over to Prescott. The median list price in Prescott right now is $825,000, and the median price per square foot is about $348 per square foot. The rent right now in Prescott going about $2,500 a month, and the market action index is 32, indicating it's just a somewhat balanced but a slight seller's advantage in Prescott. And right now I'm going to finish it with Chandler. So Chandler, Arizona, again, part of the Valley of the Sun, a Phoenix suburb, but like a high-tech area, very popular area to live. The median list price is at $627,000 with a median price per square foot of $298, so about $300 a square foot if you want to buy in Chandler. The median rent in Chandler, about $2,600 a month, and the market action index is at, 53 in Chandler, indicating that it is a strong seller's market in Chandler. That is the stat. So I do the market update for Arizona twice a year. This is a semi-annual report, but I used to do it quarterly. So if you have any interest in me continuing it and doing it quarterly again rather than semi-annually, let me know in the comments. I don't do these very often because they're a little bit boring, but they are valuable if you're looking to buy a home. So my name is Dawn Dickinson. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona. I'm a realtor in Northern Arizona, and I sell in Sedona, Verde Valley, Flagstaff, Prescott, and sometimes the Valley of the Sun. So if you ever have a question about buying or selling a real estate, please give me a call, text, email. My contact information is always in the description below. Send me a message and I will get back to you. I hope you have a great week. Hope you have a great 4th of July, or by the time this is published, the 4th of July weekend will be wrapping up. So hope you're having a great weekend. Stay safe, and I hope to see you back here again next week on my next video.